Hello there. Just as rescue teams in eastern Turkey were losing any hope of finding more survivors from Sunday's earthquake, a 2-week-old baby has been found alive after being trapped under the rubble for 46 hours. And witnessing this rescue, Anita McNaught, our correspondent in Ercis, they're trying to get the mother and the mother-in-law out, as far as I know. Anita, what news of that?
No, you're absolutely right. The baby Azra out, as you say, just before an entire 2 days under that rubble you see behind me here. Her mother Samra still trapped, but very much alive. The mother-in-law alive too, but with her leg caught. The ambulance is standing by. And they're trying to get a saline drip into the mother, because, as you can imagine, 2 days without food, but most crucially without water. They're extremely dehydrated. I've been talking to one of the rescue teams, not working on this building, but on a very similar apartment building not far away. He said the story is very, very similar there. He said you can survive, if you're an adult, for up to 3 to 4 days without water, or at least these Turks can. But he said if it's a child, then 24 hours tops. You're lucky. So this baby, extraordinary. Not only that, but the baby was a premature baby. And what has really resonated with the people here is that the baby was due, that's Azra, was due to be born today. So they've already called this baby the baby that was born twice, that had a second chance at life. So a remarkable story. Everyone is, as you can imagine, watching this second by second. The ambulance is standing by, and everyone is hoping that here, at least in a building where more than 100 people are still missing, under rubble that certainly in the front portion looks pretty unsurvivable, they are caught in the middle of the building between, if I just take Barish's camera and take you through, you can see the larger part of the back of the building there, with the rooms recognizable entire. You can see fridges and baths and doorways, and then the front bit you've seen is rubble and dust. Well, the mother and baby and mother-in-law were at the back of the front collapsed bit. Now that meant they had a tiny chance of being saved, because there was slight separation between the elevations in the middle portion of the building. The ones at the back obviously had a good chance. The ones at the front, it has to be said, probably no chance at all. One of the rescue workers I was speaking to said to me that on the building he was working on, he believed there were 40 people still trapped. Probably no chance for them, and he said that we're beginning to smell the smell of dead people, and we have to keep on looking. They have to take everyone out. They can't stop just because there's no hope of life anymore. But what this experience here is telling us is that there is still hope. There is still a lot of hope. And I know are hanging on to that now, because for many of them that's all they have.
I know things such as this, Anita, lift the hopes hugely of those struggling in very difficult conditions, but they must be very worried too about the threat of rain and the falling temperatures.
Oh, indeed. And there's been problems with the distribution of kit here that people need. They brought tents in yesterday. We were here when they came, but there weren't enough. There was a big struggle to get hold of them. It left some people still sleeping out in the open here. They're bringing more tents in, but it hasn't happened quickly enough. They're bringing more blankets in, but people say they still need more. Turkey has the resources to handle a crisis like this. We're not talking a country like Haiti, where everything needs to be brought in. So in theory, there is everything here that people need, although of course nothing's going to replace people's homes like this, especially of course it's the poorest homes that have been demolished, because they were the ones that were worst built. But that was the problem then. People worried about the temperature turning cold. They talked to us about that yesterday. They're mentioning again today. The temperatures are now, it's winter, it's the beginning of winter. The rain started today, the weather's closing in, the temperatures are due to drop by at least 5 degrees tonight, and then to keep falling from then on. Snow falls here in the winter. This place is blanketed in snow. It's going to be a very tough winter for these people.
McNaught, thank you very much indeed. I know you'll get back to us as soon as you have news of baby Azra's family in the rubble behind you in Ercis.